Hi Leo, this is Lunarticks Tarot with a reading for anyone who identifies with your lion energy during the month of, or the end of, rather, August 2018. It might be applicable to the entirety of August for some Leos. On the other hand, it might not apply at all. It might not resonate at all. For some, that does happen, and in that case, or either way, you are always welcome to check out your other signs, your moon, your sun, your ascendant, or any other signs that interest you at any particular time. This is actually the third reading that I've done for you, Leos. I hope you all had a wonderful birthday season, at least wonderful in ways, whatever you're experiencing. And I do hope that these messages are finding you right on time as you are transitioning out of your season and into Virgo season. I'm sorry I didn't have a general message out for you any sooner. But I did put a love reading out for your season. That was for everyone, a choose a card reading. And I did put a solar eclipse reading out for Leos at the time of the partial solar eclipse with the new supermoon in your sign. So this is really intended to be a look specifically at post-eclipse season energies. And it may be, like I said, centered around that, and then actually applicable to the whole month. Or maybe just these last, 10 days now? 9 days? The King of Swords reversed. This is air energy, a mature, masculine air energy. So maybe you have significant air energy in your chart or around you at this time, Leo. But I like to read this and intend this position to be your energy. Whether it's your energy because it's your own or yours because you're sharing it with someone, this is your energy. The King of Swords reversed is someone who may not be using their wisdom. It's might be someone you might be suspicious of someone right now, Leo. Plotting about something in your life. You could be rigid, harsh, cruel with someone, yourself, a cruel judge of sorts of a situation, a person. I'm sorry, that was just hard to spit out. But that's what's coming through. Or you could have lied to someone recently, maybe just felt like you let someone down in general. presently in your subconscious, you feel, or I'm not sure if you're conscious of it or not, but subconsciously, there's an earthly opportunity presenting itself to you, or that you're sensing or perceiving at this time, at the end of the month here. And in some way that's influencing that behavior choice, whether it's that you're lying to someone or being harsh and cruel in some other way, again, being rigid. I think you might be keeping your finances, the truth about your financial situation, quiet, or the truth about a new financial opportunity, like the fact that you're starting your own business or starting to turn a profit or have an opportunity for a new job or promotion, etc. I think you're keeping something of that nature quiet, and you do gain. If you're hoping to gain or expecting to gain, this spread is showing you are gaining at the end of this month, if this has resonated. Yeah, there's a general overall energy, unifying message here of you managing your resources and or business, if that's applicable, at a level of mastery. Being creative about how you're bringing in funds and being practical about how you're managing them, which also falls in line with the fact that, like I said, I think you're keeping it to yourself, your opportunities or your latest income, etc., to some extent. Yeah, you're coming out of a period earlier this year, maybe even up until the beginning of August for some. You're coming out of a period of not having had financial independence. Let's get a clarifier on the King of Swords reversed. Actually, I'm gonna go straight through and I'm gonna clarify them all. It's, okay, 818. Yeah, so there's I think some trickery going on. You have the King of Swords reversed, and then the Magician reversed as the clarifier. Reversed as the clarifier. Reversed, to me, this card can be a trickster. This card can be, someone being less than honest. You're lying to someone. And I don't think it's yourself. And it's an opportunity to save money, make money. It's not necessarily, it's managing your finances, and I don't think it's necessarily, a shady or bad thing. You're gaining through capitalizing on your best traits. A lot of you with the King of Wands, though that is your card, the Fire King, but with that showing up along with the Ace of Pentacles here, a lot of you are feeling like entrepreneurs, acting like entrepreneurs in the world at this time, or thinking about it, planning on it, dreaming of it, and something of that nature, or just being bold and fearless and going for a certain position or promotion, etc. That same spirit of being charismatic, being a people person, being sociable, again, bold, fearless, and being able to work with whatever is available to you in your environment, whoever and whatever energies. Those are the traits, whether it's specifically your own business and being an entrepreneur or not. Those are the traits that allow you to gain at the end of this month, coming up on this full moon, probably as you're approaching the full moon. And your advice is to move forward with confidence in those endeavors. It looks like it's financial resources that's coming in. It can be there is another message here, though. It's taking shape still. But something about the way that you're gaining these resources, it may be, I want to say resources. It's an earthly resource, so it could be that you're gaining time, money, or you could be gaining a new place to live, a bigger place to live, anything that's of value to you. More shifts at work, but however you're gaining it, it's not emotionally fulfilling you. It's not emotionally fulfilling you, and that is part of what's making you harsh with people who would eat up your time or energy or money. But I think those are the same people that you're having trouble walking away from. So you're left in this space where you can't leave them behind or shut them out of your life, but you don't want to share all of your resources, money, time, energy, maybe your home, something with them, or you at least don't want to share everything with them. Maybe the details of the new business you're starting, your energy in that sense, but you don't think it's going to help you manage your finances. You don't think it's what's best for your family, possibly. It's actually not practical in your mind, I don't think. And you're trying to build something, this is just, this is the beginning of you trying to build something bigger than what they understand or see, and they can mess it up at this preliminary stage, or not even necessarily preliminary. For some it is, but they can mess it up at this early on stage, or before you build everything that you're looking to, or attain everything that you're wanting for yourself or your family. So you're left in this energy where you then have to lie about what you have, what you're doing, and it is harsh in some sense. It's hard. It feels harsh to you. You shouldn't have to do that. You don't want to have to do that. You may be having to lie in your own home. For some of you, what it is that you're doing a job you don't like to do. Okay, for those of you who are doing a job that you don't like to do, but you do see yourself gaining financially, in some sense, at the end of August, because of that work. Some of you are lying to people about where that money you're making is going, because you're trying to put it into a business. That is, I think, sort of that, that's what's in the preliminary stages, is people who are in that situation. Again, trying to build something, trying to manage your finances, and practically, and at the same time, create something to move out of a state of being dependent on someone else. And it might be almost this time next year before that comes to fruition the way you're wanting it to. And it might be good to just have that in mind, that it could take that long. Just really practically consider the magnitude of the project you're thinking of taking on, because you don't want it to set unrealistic expectations and then get discouraged, because it looks like, you're headed toward, Leo, not just financial independence, but financial and material mastery. You have the Queen of Pentacles and King of Pentacles energy showing up. So, it looks like, you can, and you've got the King of Wands. So it looks like you're creating a way to bring in that financial independence and financial mastery for yourself. It's giving you youthful energy, I think, but if, that's the kind of energy that you're advised to move forward with. That's the sort of space you need to put yourself in, if it's not already a project that brings you to that space. But I think for a lot of Leos it does. And again, it may take a while, but like I said, it could be, Cancer season, June and July next year before it all comes to fruition. But it just looks like some of you may even be looking at a power couple situation where you also, there's another whole message here that's love. related instead. I might be able to zoom through it, but all those cards are saying that there's a lot to be said about it. But yeah, some of you may be looking at a power couple situation that comes to pass. And I mean, you know, someone who's bringing in the big bucks and has their own business, or is just managing their finances and material world and resources just as well as you are. Some of you may be looking at that type of energy coming in to have a very equal, fulfilling relationship, grounded relationship with you around that same time. The number 88 may be significant for some of you. Here's your Sun card coming up again, Leo. The love message quickly that I was seeing is for those Leos who are coming away from an affair, possibly, whether it was someone else having an affair who was in a relationship with you, or it was you that was having the affair, participating in it. There's some trickery and lying that continues probably on your part. Not that the financial message couldn't have been for you as well. But I think maybe that's why you're lying about your financial situation, because you don't want to have to rely on this person who was having an affair with someone else while they were with you anymore. You don't want to need their support. It was maybe a fiery, masculine energy, Leo, Sagittarius, or or yourself, or another Leo. But, you know, obviously wasn't emotionally fulfilling to stay with them. And you really, I think, were feeling like it was, and looking at it as an opportunity to start new, start fresh, move forward, kind of even feel young again. A new sense of confidence and control. And then there's there are a few Leos that the message is both of those messages, both the one about finances and potentially a business, or at least your work, your resources. And also a message of moving away from an unfaithful partner. But whether it's because of finances or your family, you are having trouble walking away from them still for some reason. And some of you are thinking about trying to work on it with them. And some of you are trying to refocus on your work instead. For those of you who are trying to start a business, whether it does take a year or more or not, Leos, trying to start your own income, financial independence, you are, you're also reminded that it will require focused intention. I mean, you can't be fucking around, basically. You can't just work and hope, but never sit down and get specific about what your goals are and where you're headed and what you want. And vice versa. You can't just sit down with vision boards and journals and affirmations and never actually put the work in. You have to do both. So there isn't any time for fucking around. It requires focused will and intention. You know, you will be bending nature to your will to create something that wasn't there before you thought it up and put it into action and made it part of the world. Whether that actually consciously dawns on you during the process or not, or ever, or not, you know. But that's what you will be doing, bending nature to your will. Whatever you're creating, whatever you're working on. Okay, so the future card for you, Leos, is the choice card reversed. So that is a potential blockage. Let's quickly look at this. Are you spending all of your time looking for options and opportunities because you do not like the options that have already been presented to you? Sometimes our searching fails to uncover a choice that brings us happiness or an outcome that we desire, so we continue to look, hoping that something better will come along. In this way, we may only be delaying the inevitable. The reverse choice card symbolizes a need to accept that sometimes the only choice available is the one we do not want to make. Sometimes we have to choose the next best option or the path of least reward. Sometimes the path of least reward will lead us to unexpected treasure. Sometimes we are limited to a choice that will bring us happiness, albeit fleeting, and one that will not. A choice between immediate gratification and self-sacrifice. Sometimes we are limited to a choice that will bring us happiness, albeit fleeting, and one that will not. A choice between immediate gratification and self-sacrifice. Make your choice with the awareness that instant gratification might not prove to be the most rewarding option. Do not allow fear of being unhappy or disliked or having to work hard or go without prevent you from making a choice that will bring greater rewards and benefits in the future. Consider that your procrastination or your inaction may result in someone else making a choice for you and creating a future that is even less to your liking. Okay, so with the Magician card in reverse here, there's also a message of possibly impotence to some extent, you know, being indecisive and unable to manifest what one is trying to manifest. Maybe someone missing a tool that they need to manifest something. Possibly. And that choice card that I just read is your future card. So, you know, that's something that's coming up at the end of the month, probably thereafter, right around the full moon, or even just as likely the beginning of September. Yeah, for most Leos, it's the beginning of September. And I think you're, you know, lulling in this choice between a person or some people, some energies around you that aren't making you happy, that are making you happy, that are asking you to lie about something to them in order to focus on, I think, the work you want to be focused on, or whatever earthly opportunity has your attention, maybe to make money, make resources, and you're like choosing between and still unable at the beginning of September to choose between your work, your grind, and those energies that you're unable to be honest with anyway. But this financial stability and security that you are creating. And again, possibly partnership that's involved or that you're moving toward, hoping for, in connection with that type of life, is true happiness for you. That's the other message. Is this isn't just your card, the Sun card, but this is true happiness for you. The Queen of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, the Sun card. That stability, that security. Again, creating it for yourself, that independence, that health, really, that comes with the type of lifestyle that you're trying to move toward, I think. It's with the Sun card here, it is, that will be you realizing your greatness. And in a sense, that is you realizing your greatness already, just being on that path, wanting that for yourself, being determined to get to it. And for some of you, these fibs, these lies, whatever dishonesty is involved here on your part, it's completely justified because you're trying to, stop other people from holding you back. And I think they're fighting with you and or causing you to fight with yourself about this earthly opportunity you're wanting to take advantage of, to find your feet, to find your financial independence. Again, for a lot of you, you feel like it's a battle. You feel like a warrior. You probably, most of you have to work a job you don't like, and then try to make time and have energy and money, etc., for building one you do, and have to tell lies and hide that, and or just, building a way out of that home, that situation, just building a life you like. But, and again, it's all the above for some, but yeah, you feel like a warrior. You feel like it's a battle to try to conserve the resources that you need, and make it out for a lot, make it to the next level in some sense for most, make it to the other side. I have to say, I think this message is for a lot of Leos, is saying, though, that you're looking at another almost a year, not quite a year, 11 months ish. And according to this, you're going to have choices in your near future that, I'll let you see this as well, that are affecting that path and are affecting then what happens, I think, by this time next year, or again, Cancer season next year. It might be choices about walking away from those energies that, seek to hold you back, even if not knowingly, even if not intentionally. Seek to talk you down, undermine your confidence, waste your resources, demean your goals and achievements, even if subtly and casually and under their breath. It doesn't matter how someone does it, right? That's part of building the life you want. You can't, you know, it could be negative energies, naysayers. It could be for some, you know, for some of you, it's downright hateful energies that talk about you being worthless and lazy and etc. And in that case, you know, for those of you that applies, you're not being honest with those people because it's, you know, they've downright disrespected you and you're just looking to get to a space where you can get away from them. Okay, but that's just for some Leos. That's not for all Leos. There were many different messages there. There are still many more I could go on to, but we're already almost at 40 minutes, so I'll have to stop there, Leos. But again, yeah, that wasn't for everyone there at the very end. I just hope that you all are taking something away from the reading that you didn't come to it with, being that there were so many different messages that seemed tangled together. And if you need a personal reading, you can email me at lunartickstarot@gmail.com, and or you can also scroll down to the description of this video down below and check out my reading options there. I'm offering free readings. They are taking about a month to turn around, though. I'm just doing them when I have time, so do expect 3 to 4 weeks of wait time for a free reading. And all you have to do is email me to request those. You can give me any info that you would like to give me. I don't need anything in particular. If you need a reading faster than that, though, I do have paid reading options listed down below as well. Those go out in 3 business days unless you would like a rushed reading. Those go out in 24 hours. I just added a $10 reading for those who were requesting a cheaper way to get a reading in 3 business days. And I did want to mention the name Willow Growth. When you go to pay for a reading at PayPal, if you follow those links below, or if you email me, you will notice the name Willow Growth associated with the channel with Lunarticks Tarot. And those are just one and the same for now until I deal with that. So don't let that throw you off. And thank you. Thank you so much to everyone who has already requested a personal reading, supported the channel through shares and comments and likes and messages, kind words, donations. Thank you so much. It's all so truly appreciated. And please do continue to reach out for readings. Please like this video if it offered you something, and subscribe if you haven't yet and if you feel called to do so. I love you, Leos, and I will post another tarot fix for you just as soon as I can.